Alright, we may as well go back to the one-player game. And this time, we'll do it as Donkey Kong. Oh, by the way, up here you can actually change the time settings, whether you want 5 minutes for each round or an infinite time limit, where, yeah, just give me no time limit. We may as well have it at that for now. Alright. Let's do it! Oh, by the way, each time you play the one-player game, the different rounds are exactly the same for each time you play the game. So Donkey Kong, of course, doesn't really have any sort of projectile attacks at all, but rather just uses his arms and legs. And of course, being a huge guy, he's one that has slower attacks, but more powerful ones. For his neutral special, he has pretty much a charged up punch that, yeah, you can charge it up and unleash on your opponent. And it can do quite a bit of damage when fully charged. There we go. That crate did quite a bit of damage for us, thankfully.
Donkey Kong versus Yoshi Team.
Now, Donkey Kong's design in this game is obviously based after the Donkey Kong Country games, especially with stuff like his tie and his overall head, or overall head design. And a lot of his attacks are also based off of the Donkey Kong Country games, including his down special, which is him pounding the ground. Which, when used repeatedly, can be pretty effective, especially for these team-based battles. By the way, with the R button, you can actually throw an item when you are holding on to it, including this bat right here. Oh. Well, you actually have to be holding a direction in the control holding a direction with the control stick in order to throw it. Otherwise, if you're not holding a direction and you just press R, then you will just drop it, which won't do any damage to opponents, I believe.
Donkey Kong versus Fox.
And so yeah, each character, when entering battle, has their own different animation for when they enter the ring. With Donkey Kong's there, it's obviously him coming out of a barrel, like seen in the Donkey Kong Country games. And Fox's is him stepping out of his R-Wing, as I explained earlier, the ship that he pilots in the Star Fox games. Anyways, what I just dropped is a motion sensor bomb. Yeah, when anyone moves towards it, it will explode. I believe its design in this game is based after the GoldenEye 007 video game, oddly enough. And yeah, we got the bonus booby trap for doing that. Alright, so Donkey Kong's Break the Target stage has a similar floor design to Mario's, being based off the Donkey Kong arcade game. And with this target, we're able to punch through, as some of Donkey Kong's attacks have pretty long range, despite him, again, not having any projectile attacks. And so for his up special, he's able to do this kind of spin attack. It doesn't have a lot of vertical range, so yeah, not a great recovery to use when trying to get back on stage. And by the way, if you flick down on the control stick, you can actually phase through more thin platforms, which can be pretty useful in some cases. Alright, so on the Mario Brothers stage, you're given a different ally each time you play, along with some of the other stages, such as the giant Donkey Kong stage. And yeah, we have to fight them on Mario's stage, Peach's Castle, which is based after Super Mario 64. Even having the moving platform on the bottom, which is seen in one of the stages in Super Mario 64. Kind of interesting that they included that. Uh-oh. Great, there goes my ally. Actually, Donkey Kong's up smash attack is pretty effective here. Well, his smash attacks in general are pretty effective. They take a while to charge, but when done correctly, they can do quite a lot of knockback. That slap attack, the clap. I always call playing as DK clapping and slapping. I know, it's pretty stupid.
Pikachu.
Alright, yeah, Pikachu's entrance animation is him coming out of a Pokeball, which makes sense. Oh! Nope! Yeah, that's what I mean. Donkey Kong doesn't have great, doesn't have a great recovery move. But everything else about him almost makes, or yeah, it kind of makes up for it. Especially that. There's a barrel we can use. Of course, Donkey Kong's gotta have his barrels. Now we gotta fight a giant Donkey Kong as Donkey Kong. It only makes sense. So yeah, as I was explaining earlier about the different kinds of standard attacks, there's air attacks, there's, oh, by the way, Kirby, you saw right there, actually, you know, Donkey Kong, it was able to, copy his abilities. Now, how Kirby, well, I'll actually explain it later, when we actually get to playing as Kirby. A little too early to start talking about that. Now, with characters, there's also tilt attacks. By slightly tilting a direction in the control stick and pressing the attack button, you're able to do some moves like that and that. You know, more subtle attacks, which can still do quite a bit of damage, I guess? Yeah. You know, in case you need a quick attack, they're there. So apparently I used no items. Alright. Anyways, here's the board the platform stage for Donkey Kong. Which, yeah, definitely doesn't have a lot of vertical or verticality going on because of Donkey Kong being pretty weak in that category. Or, yeah, in that topic of verticality. I don't really know how to word that. Pretty weird. But yeah, definitely a lot of horizontality going on. Oh, gotta actually... Can't, phase through that one. Can I do it? Yes, I can! Perfect. Alright, time for the Kirby team. Wow, quite the throw. Oh, by the way, speaking of throws, Yeah, if you press forward on the control stick as your character, when grabbing specifically as Donkey Kong, you can actually, like, hold them and walk around, which is pretty cool. Only with Donkey Kong can you do that. This time we got the Pokemon Onyx, which, yeah, we'll just drop a whole bunch of rocks onto the stage. And there we go. Yeah, it's another one of the standard attacks you can use, the dash attack, where you pretty much press A while already running. Which, Donkey Kong's dash attack has quite the delay to it, which I'm not a big fan of, but it's a pretty strong one, pretty powerful one, so it kind of makes up for it. Like I said earlier, DK is kind of a strong but slow character. Uh-oh. That right there is the fan item. It's a pretty pointless item. Pretty much, what you do with it is that you're able to just, you know, swing it around, and it swings pretty quickly, but it doesn't do that much damage. It's a fast but weak item, pretty much. There's a reason why they took it out of the later Smash Bros. Games. Dang it, I lost another life. But, yeah, we took care of Samus with the acid once again. So never are we actually directly KOing Samus. That's just great. Now we gotta deal with Metal Mario. I don't know, DK's grab of him being able to hold the opponent might do the trick. It sure did! That's awesome. Look at all these bonuses we got. Judo Warrior, Speedster, Throwdown, Smashless. Perfect. Anyways, now it's time we race to the finish. Thanks a lot, Polygonal. Is that Samus? Oh. There we go. Pretty simple stuff.
Donkey Kong versus Fighting Polygon Team. 3, 2, 1, go!
Donkey Kong's down special might be effective here. I don't know. Yep. It sure is. Very nice. So we don't have to really do much here. By the way, this item is the ray gun. Has a pretty long range. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. You're just able to shoot opponents with a beam, which does quite a bit of knockback, I must say. There we go. Let's see if this capsule's explosive. Well, guess we'll never find out. Give me that tomato. Yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention earlier, I think I was trying to mention it earlier about when sitting your opponent vertically, they'll actually kind of fly away in the background and kind of just merely become a star at the end. Always reminded me of the Pokemon anime series, where like the antagonists of the show, Team Rocket, would always fly off in a similar manner and always say, "Team Rocket's blasting off again." Good times, good times. Even though I'm pretty sure the anime is still going to this very day as I'm recording this, but of course the classic era of the anime will always be the best. That could also just be nostalgia speaking for me. Get out of here. There we go. Just barely able to grab onto the ledge. That's pretty nice. Now the crowd's cheering for me. Okay. Cool. Vegetarian. I'm guessing because of all the Maxim tomatoes I ate. Anyways, now it's time to deal with our friend, or foe in this case, Master Hand. And so yeah, each time you fight him, he will be ill-equipped with 300 hit points. Now, no matter what difficulty you're playing on, it will always be 300 HP. There's actually not as many differences as you might think when playing the different difficulties. The only real difference is just the AI intelligence. So yeah, not really much you're missing out if you don't want to play the harder difficulties. Just that, oh, the AIs or CPU opponents are smarter. Alright. That attack's pretty hard to dodge. It's slapping the ground. Come on. It literally has 1 HP. There we go. Goodbye, Master Hand. Alright, and there we go. We've dealt with the one-player mode, or one-player game, once again. Perhaps this entire game is just a kid playing with dolls in their bedroom? Who knows? Anyways, we have the credits once again. By the way, if we press the start button, we could speed straight through the credits. Also, when pressing the B button, you can freeze it. If you want to focus on a specific name, such as Hirokazu Ando, who did the BGM compose and arrange and FGM compose. Pretty cool. Charles Martinet. By the way, they actually misspelled Charles Martinet's name in this game. That's pretty funny. It's supposed to be M-A-R-T-I-N-E-T. Pretty funny stuff. And so yeah, by the way, we filled in Captain Falcon's name in the credits. That's pretty cool. Well, C. Falcon, but yeah, you get it. Shingo Okamoto. Super Mario Club, eh? Debug and assessment. Well, alright. HAL debug team. 4 kids, yeah. US Pokemon voices. So, the Pokemon in this game actually have different voices in the Japanese version. Because, like I said, the Pokemon's voices in this game are based off of the Pokemon anime, considering, you know, the Pokemon didn't really have voices in the video games because all there was at the time were the Game Boy games, and you couldn't really emulate voices in that. So they were based on the Pokemon anime series, which of course have different voice teams between the English and Japanese dubs. Well, the English version is a dub, while the Japanese version is the original, what the animation is based after. Anyways, here's Donkey Kong's congratulations screen. So yeah, it just reads Donkey Kong with Donkey Kong's 3D render from Donkey Kong Country. We even get to look at his butt. Wonderful. Uh-oh, we have another challenger approaching. Who could this be? Why, it's none other than Jigglypuff from the Pokemon series. That's right, we have yet another Pokemon character in this game. And they're gone. Now we can now use the balloon Pokemon, Jigglypuff. Pretty cool. Right. So, yeah, there they are. Right next to Pikachu. Perfect.